Hello, hello, hello to all those beautiful people out there in the YouTube world. I lost a bit, hence the fact of the color. So I'm waiting on my friend to get ready, and she's taking years in a day because we're supposed to go out to eat. But yeah, so this video was supposed to coincide with something that I mentioned towards the end of the last video that I posted in regards to privileges. How some people of certain demographics are privileged: age, race, gender, socioeconomic status, for an example. So as the main point, women, specifically in the trucking industry, you may seem privileged when it comes to getting loaded or unloaded on some of your loads. If you're running late and the place that you're delivering to is strict on appointments, they may find a way to work you in, possibly. And the next man could be really teed off or pissed off to where they look at it like, oh, she's a lady, that's why she's getting treated as such. And it's not fair, but life isn't fair, pretty much. Some women will find it as a disadvantage and some won't. Some will feel like as if, treat me like the next man. Like me, in my case, I could care less whether I'm getting loaded or unloaded quicker or not based off my gender. Because if I'm waiting like 2 hours later just like the next man, I could lay down, I could find something to do to preoccupy my time and just wait. Suck it up. But whenever some women get treated with such high class, I guess, sometimes there are more expectations to that treatment. So again, there are certain disadvantages and advantages under certain circumstances in which some women face. It's all about, I guess, your overall demeanor and how you handle yourself at certain facilities. This video isn't going to be too long. I didn't want it to be too long. But my point of it is, some men are privileged just because they're a man. Like how certain men on YouTube are speaking upon certain topics, and they could speak up on certain topics and sound very passionate about the messages that they're conveying, but let the next woman talk about the same things that that man is talking about. That woman is going to be scrutinized because of her looks and how she come across. She's going to be judged based off how she sounds or whatever the case may be. But that man, he isn't looked at as in the same light, the same manner. He's gonna be, people will be less critical of him because he's a man. So, and it's strange because, again, it could be the same messages that they're both trying to portray. I don't know, it's weird. When it comes to the cases of, like, say if on terms of race, say someone could be in Indiana as an example. There's a Denny's in Indiana to where in one of the truck stops, there was nothing but like white people when I walked in there. And I could be treated, or I could be mistreated because I'm black. Because the person who was taking my order is another woman. So she could perceive me as someone who's ghetto, someone who's not intelligent, someone who is maybe not, someone who may not be as likely to tip well because of my race. It's bull. It's BS. But the thing is, let another white lady walk in there, personable. You know, she's great with the customer service and how she's handling that situation with that next white woman. Honestly, privileges exist. When it comes to getting pulled over by the cops, as a lady, a cop may find me attractive, you know, or like I said before, personable. And I can use that to my advantage. Based off on how I interact with him, I could talk my way out of a ticket. Letting it be another man with dreads or a redneck, you know, like somebody's about ready to get locked up and go to jail. So again, there are advantages and disadvantages when it comes to privileges of certain demographics. It's all about knowing how to compose yourself within certain situations to make light of it. You know, sometimes you just gotta be the bigger person, in which It may bother you, but you may be the one winning and gaining the most out of it if you know how to handle yourself within that situation. Yes, I wanted to touch base on this topic because it was important to me. Some men might find it very satisfying that some women may be at the back of the line or get mistreated just because they're a woman when it comes to being at certain facilities and getting loaded and unloaded. Some men don't care. It all depends on the person, I guess. But just understand and know that privileges exist out in society, and it's something that should be taken very seriously because it's not a joke. Especially when it comes to this trucking industry, it's not a joke. That's it.